Hey guys, so this month we are talking about just what is the Bible. And so we're going to be doing in small groups just kind of exploring the Bible. You'd be amazed how many kids have just no idea how they would even go about looking up a verse. So we're going to give each kid a Bible. We're just going to start by walking through very slowly and detailed how to look up a verse and find it. So you're going to want to start, give everybody a Bible, get them on the same page, which is your contents page. This first contents page has the Old Testament and the New Testament, and then you look up your book from there and tells you where you're going to start the beginning of that book. So that's one way to look it up. The next page you can go to, if they don't know where it's at, then this is a good place to start because it's just alphabetical. So if they just know it's in Exodus, but I don't know if Exodus is in the Old or New, they don't have to, they just find it in the East. So start there and then give them an actual verse to look up. You could start with our verse of the month. So have everybody look up 2 Timothy. So then you're going to choose one of these pages and go, okay, so we've got 2 Timothy right there. You go across and it is on page 842. A lot of times you're going to want to explain, okay, it's not your normal book. Your page numbers are on the inside here rather than the outside where you normally find them. And you can point out, hey, look, this right here says Jeremiah 13:20. That tells you the very first verse on that page, and then over here is the very last verse. And so that helps you go, oh no, I need, if you're looking for Jeremiah 20, you go, oh wait, I'm not quite there. So it's a little bit strange the way it's set up. So kind of walk through all the little details about looking up a verse. So we're looking for 2 Timothy, and we were on page 800 and something. We're just going to find 2 Timothy. So we're going to get here to 2 Timothy, and then you're going to want to point out, okay, so when we find 2 Timothy, here's our book. You're going to say, okay, everybody find that bigger number 1. That's our chapter number. So we're going to really go into detail. And this is a chapter. And then you're going to look for those tiny numbers. Those are your verse numbers. And so you're going to go through that every scripture has a chapter and a verse and kind of talk about, reiterate there's 66 books. So everyone's a book, and then we have our chapters and our verses within the book. You can even talk a little bit about like the A and B. That's your first part of a long verse, the second part of a long verse. So just really spend a lot of time really getting to know how to look up a verse. If you get everybody kind of on the same page, they feel like they can do it. That's great. If you have someone that's really good, others that aren't so good, have them help each other. And then if you want to get to the point where you'll have lifesavers and you have maybe give them a couple verses, you'll have some scriptures to choose from, and challenge them to look it up as fast as they can. And then whoever wins, you can give them a lifesaver, because memorizing scripture is a lifesaver. Because when you've got those up here, it can save your life. And then if you still have time or want to, you'll have something like this in your classroom. It'll probably look a little prettier. But maybe start out saying, let's say the verse, because you'll also have the verse by itself. So let's start saying the verse all together, and then let's go through it. And so this basically just kind of breaks it down for us, because it's a very long and it's got some difficult words. It's kind of a complicated scripture. So, you'll go through the first part. All scriptures is God-breathed. So God's Spirit led the authors to write exactly what God wanted his people to hear. So, and it just breaks down each main part of the verse so that they can understand it a little better. So you can kind of just work on really understanding what this verse tells us. Thanks so much. Have a good time.